This is John Paul Roy. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. I want to cover a little article here from Bounding Into Comics. Cool site, by the way. Check them out. A lot of people really disliked the Disney Star Wars movies. And it appears that Hasbro announces Black Series fan vote with no Disney sequel characters, Slave Leia one of the choices. And Slave Leia was kind of a controversy among, you could say, social justice warriors because they didn't want to see a sexy Leia, things like that. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's kind of cool, actually. She kills Jabba the Hutt. No big thing. Hasbro recently announced a fan vote for brand new Star Wars The Black Series Archive Collection figure. The fan vote allows fans to choose between 10 different Star Wars characters to become the next Black Series Archive Collection figure. Hasbro explains that they narrowed down their choices to the final 10 through voting on a number of fan media sites. They detail that the winning figure will be added to the Star Wars Black Series Archive Collection line in 2021, and if applicable, will be updated using photoreal technology. But what might be the most interesting about these choices is that fans overwhelmingly have rejected Disney sequel trilogy characters. I almost stumbled that. Let's try again. Disney sequel trilogy characters. None of those characters made it into the final 10 choices to become a part of the Black Series Archive Collection. And for me, I never want to see them again. I would have definitely voted for only Lucas era characters. In fact, only one Disney era character is actually featured, and that is Rogue One's Jyn Erso. There is an argument that Ahsoka Tano could also be a Disney era character given the design for her characters appears to be from Star Wars Rebels rather than the Clone Wars. Okay. But you know what? Ahsoka Tano is not actually a Disney character, so okay, I get it, the costume and everything, but no. And when I think Disney character, I usually think feature films. That's just me personally. And obviously, she's not in those. Not only are there no Disney sequel trilogy characters, but there is also a Slave Leia figure. Obey, they are calling her Hutt Slayer. Okay, fair enough. Here's the full list. Jango Fett, 501st Clone Trooper, Princess Leia Organa, Qui-Gon Jinn, Ahsoka Tano. Or is it Ahsoka? Yeah, I don't know, I'm so bad with names, but I guess someone out there is going to know. Obi-Wan Kenobi from Episode 3. Okay, Obi-Wan. Jyn Erso, honestly, I don't like her, I don't hate her. She served a purpose. She was alright. She was fine, put it that way. Yeah, she was fine. And at the end, she did actually get jumped by Krennic, so she could have been killed by him. She was saved, so I wouldn't say she's a Mary Sue. She was very tough. No one really got to her, but not completely. So, you know, she's alright. I guess you guys could maybe read my feeling here. I'm not like so into her, but I don't have a problem. I've never complained. I've never pointed out things bad about her. She's fine. Just kind of run-of-the-mill character for me. Hutt Slayer Leia? Okay, I guess, you know, some people might not want to use the word slave, which is totally cool with me. Some people don't like that word. Fine. All good. Clone Commander Cody? Alright. Whatever. Greedo? Fine. And that's about it. Let's see what they say at the end. The fact that there are no sequel trilogy characters might shock some people, mainly those in the media who routinely attack Star Wars fans for their disdain of the sequel trilogy, but Star Wars fans have made it clear they are uninterested in these characters and have no intention of purchasing them. Darn right. Diamond Select Toys president Chuck Tersera made that very clear in an interview in April. When asked if he had plans to continue making product from The Last Jedi, he responded, "As you know, whatever was done before last year, DST had no control over. GGLTD made those decisions, but as I said, Dev is still here guiding the brand, and we are aware of the past history." He continued, "I will say from what we have seen, the sales on products from 7 and 8 were not too strong. I know those movies as well as 9 have their fans, and those fans might say GG just never did the right products or characters or formats, and they might be correct," he explained. He then added, "However, we can only go by what we know. For sure, the door is not closed to the ST products, and we are working on a couple of pieces for The Rise of Skywalker right now." Whatever. Later in the interview, Terceria explains that he is not seeing demand for sequel trilogy characters. As I mentioned before, we are working on some, but I have to ask you, are you sure? There is lots of demand for these very requested characters. He added the overall demand for busts and Star Wars products is not what it was 10 or even 5 years ago. He then bluntly stated, we just as of yet have not seen enough fans that would want to buy a bust have that personal affection for some of those new characters that makes sense to justify going to production. But for sure, we're watching it, and perhaps as more time passes, fans' affection for those characters will grow. I seriously doubt it. That's quite it. I'm not going to bullshit. The Disney trilogy characters are absolutely horrible. Nobody is going to get any more affection for Rey, Kylo, Poe, Finn, Rose, Holdo. Nothing. It's only going to drop down. So a lot of people were saying, well, The Last Jedi will age with time. Nope, it's not going to age with time. It's going to stay worse with time because people won't be as emotional. At least when you first saw The Last Jedi, like there was still some kind of hype. There was still some kind of freshness after it was over. There was some kind of hope to make sense of things. But, you know, once things started coming out that made sense on the negative side, on the criticism side, like I didn't even realize Akbar was in the movie, and when I heard that he was killed off screen, I was like, what the hell? That's horrible. So it just kept getting worse and worse the more I figured out what was wrong with it. And when no answers came for the crappy plot holes and things like that, it just got worse. Then no answers came in Rise of Skywalker, just got worse. And The Force Awakens, which was the most, I think, liked one of the trilogy, just got worse. Because The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker made it worse. Worse, worse, worse? That's a good word for Disney Star Wars. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think below. I'm doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. If you click that subscribe button, I'll be happy. If you don't, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. And I will see you next time. If you subscribe. Alright, I'm rambling. We're done.